Once upon a time, in a prosperous kingdom, there was a high-ranking official who was deeply trusted by the king. Not only was he intelligent and wise, but he also consistently made sound decisions that contributed to the kingdom's growth. Because of this, he became the king's most valued advisor, receiving many privileges and great power. However, this favor from the king made him a target of jealousy among other courtiers. They constantly sought ways to tarnish his reputation, but since he was too shrewd, they could not find any faults to criticize. Instead, they turned their attention to his family, particularly his son, a quiet young man who spoke little and disliked drawing attention to himself. One day, while discussing state affairs, the king suddenly turned to the official and said, "You are the wisest man in the court, but your son is incredibly foolish." The official was taken aback by this remark and asked, "Your Majesty, why do you say that?" The king replied, "Every morning when I visit the market, I see your son there. Each day I ask him a very simple question: which is more valuable, gold or silver? And every single time he answers, silver." The king's words made the entire court burst into laughter. Everyone believed the official's son to be extremely foolish. How could anyone not know that gold was more valuable than silver? Some jealous courtiers even mocked him further. "It's unbelievable that such a wise father could have such a foolish son." The official said nothing, but doubt filled his mind. He decided to go home and question his son. As soon as he returned, he called his son and asked, "Do you know which is more valuable, gold or silver?" Without hesitation, the young man answered, "Of course, gold, father." The official grew even more puzzled. "If you know that, why do you always tell the king that silver is more valuable?" His son chuckled and then asked, "Father, have you ever wondered why the king keeps asking me the same question every day?" The official remained silent, waiting for his son to explain. The young man continued, "Every morning, the king places 2 coins in front of me, 1 gold and 1 silver. He then asks me to choose the more valuable one. Each time, I pick the silver coin. Seeing this, the king laughs and walks away. The official was astonished and immediately asked, "But why do you do that? If I had chosen the gold coin from the beginning, the king would have stopped playing this little game with me. But because I keep choosing silver, he finds it amusing and continues testing me every day. As a result, I have collected many silver coins. If I were to exchange them all, they would be worth far more than a single gold coin." Upon hearing this, the official was speechless. He suddenly realized that his son was not foolish at all. On the contrary, he possessed a wisdom that few could recognize. After discovering the truth, the official no longer felt embarrassed when people mocked his son. Whenever someone brought up the matter, he simply smiled and chose not to explain. He understood that sometimes the person labeled as foolish might actually be the wisest of all. From his son's story, the official learned a profound lesson. One does not always need to show off intelligence or constantly prove oneself to others. True wisdom lies in knowing when to stay silent and when to act. In this world, many people love to flaunt their intelligence. They seek recognition and admiration, but they fail to realize that excessive boasting can often do more harm than good. Those who are truly successful do not need to talk too much. Their actions speak for them. History has shown that the greatest figures are often the most humble. They do not need to shout about their greatness because their achievements speak for themselves. Humility does not mean a lack of confidence. It means knowing when to stay silent and when to let one's actions shine. No need to prove your intelligence to everyone. In work and life, sometimes staying silent and acting wisely brings long-term benefits rather than trying to show off. Long-term thinking is more important than short-term victories, knowing how to accept small immediate gains to achieve greater success in the future. Humility is strength. Truly talented people don't need to boast. They let their achievements speak for themselves. Do not judge others by appearance. Those who seem simple or underestimated may have deep and strategic thinking. Learn to leverage situations to your advantage. In life and business, sometimes the key is not to take the most valuable option immediately, but to find ways to make its value grow over time.